guys, welcome back to the channel. Haven't made a first impression video in quite some time since I bought the ISF, so I'm gonna do one for the S2000. I bought the S2000 because I really wanted a two-seater car. I've driven the Z. My brother had a 350Z. I wasn't too crazy about that car. I've looked into a Mazda Miata, the NA1, but it seemed a little too small and a little overpriced, and you don't really get much for that car. So, you know, want a Porsche. Everybody wants a Porsche 911. Too expensive. So I was like, you know what, let me look at the S2000. I've owned Hondas my whole life. Just shifted over to the S2000. All my friends had it. Even my older brother had it. I've driven them before. I just thought they were just out of my reach. Looked online lately and realized, wow, they're really cheap. Of course, most of them in Florida are rebuilt titles. A lot of people down here destroy these cars. Stance it out, they cut things up, and especially S2000s, you know. And that's why there's so many like chopped up, messed up ones out there. And people like me who are like a purist, you want to buy the car completely stock if you can, you know. For me, that's really important. So I went ahead and was looking every day for about 2-3 weeks, and I finally found one. I found this white one. It's a 2001 Honda S2000 AP1 in Grand Prix white with red and black interior. But apparently the prices are going up with them, so I'm glad I bought it. I paid quite a bit for this, but I wanted something completely stock with decent miles, and this was the only one local that was calling for me. Everything else was about 7 to 10 grand more than what my budget was. I'm really happy with the interior. I like the red seats. All I really wanted was red seats. The door panel, the two-tone, it's just a nice touch to the interior with a black dash. My friend Sheldon has a Sebring silver one with a full red interior. That's what I really wanted initially, all red interior. But after owning this one, I really do like the black two-tone. The center console has carpet here, but I like the carpet because it matches to the floor, which I need to get this cleaned. Only problem I'm having now is there is no VTEC. VTEC isn't engaging. We're gonna go now, first gear, and then we're gonna hit it in second gear. So you can see right there, second gear all the way to 8,500, no engagement. So I bought 2 seals from Kraken or Krazen, I don't know, something with a K. I bought them, they've been sitting on my desk, and I just haven't been able to put it in because I wanted to make this video first. So that's gonna be the first thing I'm gonna do to fix that issue, and then do an oil change, and then just see how the car performs after. I'm hoping that fixes it. If not, we gotta look deep into the diagnosis and see exactly what's wrong with the car. One good thing about this car, it has 6 gears. The ISF has 8 gears automatic, but this has 6 gears manual trans, which I really love. The car is just very simple. Even for the dashboard, all of the controls are in your reach. So all of this extra space, it's super clean and super nice, which is what I personally like. I don't like cars that have all that crazy stuff in there. It's just not necessary, you know what I mean? So yes, the car was first designed in 1999 and ended in 2009. Even though in America we got the 2000 models, not the 1999. That was Japan. But the car just stayed true the whole entire round. So all they did was just change up the interior a little bit, added tweeters here, redo the seats, and like, you know, no perforated leather. They did Alcantara on the CR. CR is like the ultimate model for the S2000, which is super expensive, but that's the car you want to get. The AP1 is perfect. It revs to 9,000 RPMs, whereas the AP2 revs only to 8,200, I think, which is okay, but it's a little torqueier, which I can see why they did that. Car is very, very balanced. It's 50-50 weight ratio, I believe, with you in the car. So it drives really nice, very nimble. This one, specifically the AP1, has 16-inch wheels with a little bit fatter tires than the AP2, which has 17-inch wheels with little smaller tires. So it's a lot more comfortable in this car, I would say. I haven't tried it with AP2 wheels yet, but honestly I like it with the 16s right now. Has an inline 4 engine, rear wheel drive, producing 237 horsepower and like 253 torque, which is, you know, not a lot of torque, but most of the fun on this car is after 7,000 RPMs on the high RPMs. So that's what makes this car really fun to drive, to be honest with you. The wind noise in here is pretty loud. I know if I get a hardtop, it'll reduce it just slightly, but I mean, that's what to be expected with a convertible. That's why I'm using a mic right now connected to the GoPro so we can talk like this. So I'm hoping you can hear the quality. I'm hoping it's really clean. The main thing I want to do to this car is keep it completely stock. The only thing I want to change up are like, let's see, wheel locks. You know, I want to get a new intake, like a K&N intake. I bought a cabin air filter for it. I want to get a new shift knob. What else? Maybe redo the brakes. Just try to keep it as OEM as possible. The only aftermarket thing I would only consider at this point is the Mugen hardtop, because that's one of my favorite hardtops for this car. From what people told me, if you put a hardtop on, you usually don't ever take it off, and I don't want to, you know, deal with trying to lift it up, just drive around and, you know, whatever. That can wait. Another thing I love about this car is the digital gauge. Even though this car came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, it still was trying to keep up with the times, and putting in a digital gauge really was nice. Even though it's not 1,000% accurate, I still think it's a great touch to the car. The blind spots are pretty bad on here, I'll admit. The side mirrors, I put them out as far as I can so I don't see the car, but I still reach over when I'm signaling and stuff like that. On this soft top, it's a glass soft top, so it's been replaced. Most people know the AP1 tops have the little plastic rubbery ones, which are really disgusting because it gets really nasty over time. This one was replaced with an aftermarket top with the glass now, which is great. I see defroster lines on there, but who knows if it actually even works. It doesn't matter to me. It's a glass top, so it makes it a lot easier to look out. I definitely want to do a two-stage paint correction on it, maybe a one-stage if I'm lucky. I know Honda has soft paint, so I gotta be careful when I'm detailing this car. Also the carpet, it's really nasty. I'm gonna get a steamer, I'm gonna steam it out, detail the whole entire carpet, just to make sure it looks completely fresh. I've already cleaned the seats. As you can see, they don't look as bad as they were before. Before they had like dark spots and stuff because of, you know, the oil, grease and all that stuff from the previous owner. I cleaned all the trims, the dashboards, steering wheel, door panels. I'm debating on tinting the car, I don't know yet. I don't really mind the fishbowl. My other cars are tinted, but this one stays in the garage, so I don't really need the tint, and I drive it once in a while. I will say, if you're taller, if you're about 6 feet, you might have some difficulties with this car. You might have to modify the seat rails to go a little lower so you fit more comfortably in here, but for me, being 5'5", this is perfect. It feels like the car was made for me. I just cannot complain about it, you know. One thing about having both S2000 and the ISF, I can drive both whenever I feel like. If I want to drive and just cruise and just enjoy the ride, the S2000 is what I usually want to go to right away. If I want something quick, I want some power, you know, I want to make some noise, the ISF is definitely the go-to. The power that it makes now, it's definitely more comfortable, but you know, the fact that I do have wheels on it, I have some Volks on there, so it's kind of stanced. It's not too comfortable to drive with all the rubbing and the noise, but the S2000 is just so nice when it's stock. Having a stock S2000 is something you really need to appreciate. Something like this, you know, people who buy it, drive it for a little bit and mod it, it's crazy because they tell me all the time that they wish it was stock. But of course, having a fully modified S2000 is just unreal, you know what I mean? Like, these cars look so good, stock or modified. Except the ones that are stanced. I don't know how you guys enjoy those cars. I would assume that car would just fall apart in seconds because those stretch tires and airbags on S2000, I just don't see it. But, you know, to each his own, that's my opinion. All in all, I think this car is a really great buy. You can choose between an AP1 and AP2. Most people will like the AP2 because the bumpers and headlights look a lot nicer, as well as the interior. But to me, I like the simplicity of the AP1. I'm glad that I got it in Grand Prix white. Otherwise, I would have had to settle with the Silverstone S2000s or even black ones, which Berlina black is a good color. You know, considering that I'm really getting into detail now, I want to detail this car when I get my new polisher and I order a new polisher. But the white one is rare. This car does have some rock chips and some imperfections, I will admit. I know what's going to hurt me the most is when I buy that Mugen hardtop from my buddy. It's gonna be really hard to not want to mod the rest of the car. But for now, I'm just gonna enjoy it. You know, car's paid off in cash, so I don't have to worry about I don't have to worry about car payments. I just want to enjoy the car. Yeah, I've been talking on and on about this whole entire car. I hope you guys got any information from this. It's really busy right now because of people getting off work, so I'm gonna be driving home. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can hear me through this quality. I won't know until I edit, but please, if you want to see more of the S2000 on this channel and what I'm gonna do to it, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Also hit the like button on the video if you actually love the color that I got, which is Grand Prix white with a black and red interior. It's gonna be a great summer build. Definitely gonna be doing a lot of restoration things here and there, so I'm hoping you can enjoy it with me, and I'm hoping that you like the new content on the channel. I'm trying to stay more consistent, so hopefully this video is gonna keep me consistent. This is gonna be the beginning of a S2000 build / restoration on my AP1 Grand Prix White Honda S2000. So until then, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.